titled under the name of World Hunger. And as we know, everyone, that every year we have over 15 million children die of hunger. The definition of hunger. Hunger is defined as a condition in which people do not get enough food to provide the nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water for active, healthy lives. Also, we can define what is the meaning of malnutrition or bad nutrition. The malnutrition is defined as condition resulting from undernutrition of excessive consumption of one or more nutrients as described in the previous definition, which impair physical and mental health and cause or by the consequence of infectious disease. Let us go globally under the world which starving from nutrients or from foods, and let us title this under World Hunger. World Hunger, as we know this information from the World Hunger Organization. The organization estimated three figures. 1/3 of the world is well fed, like me. The second is underfed, and the last third is starving. They have no food at all. Also, we can give some backing information from our encyclopedia of this organization, which belongs to the United Nations. 3 billion people in the world today are trying to survive just in a couple of dollars, US dollars. In the United States, hunger and race have interrelated together. In last 2005, we have 46% as a case study for the African Americans were chronically hunger. Also, 40% of the Latin children chronically hunger either, compared to 16% white children. We have some facts we have to illustrate to our audience to give the background and the fruitful information knowledge to be understand about world hunger definition. 1 of 12 people worldwide is malnourished. 160 million children under 5 years age are starving. Let us see some examples of all the world countries affected by world hunger, and will be surprised by some of the countries. Maybe it is not in your imagination that you can consider under the world hunger counts. Like, for example, Bahrain, Belize, also Malta, Mauritius, Somalia, Sudan, Thailand, Oman, Afghanistan, Austria. In the Europe continent, you can describe by the definition of world hunger that it is affected by world hunger itself. Think about this. Let us give a real example for everyone. Every creature in this world must think and realize from his imagination what is the best price. How can you consume your daily income to purchase a missile or to feed a school children by food? For example, if we take from the Pentagon the cost of one missile exported to our Arab world, we can see that this cost of missile we can equalize to feed children for 5 years by one lunch meal of meat. So what's your choice? Purchasing a missile or feed children in a school for 5 years? I think the choice is very clear and obvious to everyone. Factors contributing to the current food crisis include rising fuel prices, crops used for biofuels, rising demand of animal feed, political turmoil and conflicts, severe global weather patterns, poor environmental practice. All these are the current food crisis reasons. What is the effect of hunger on our living body? Reduced intelligence, also reduced psychiatric issues and anxiety, cognitive impairments, and we have also visual disturbance, like in visual eyes can be infected by the lack of vitamin A, and the source of vitamin A is coming from orange or fruits or vegetables. So if you have a lack of your nutritional resources, also your eyes will be affected by malvisualization. Also our gum, our teeth can be affected by the lack of the nutrition, bleeding gum or decaying of the teeth. Because if we don't have enough calcium and we don't have enough food of resources like milk, and we are not, for example, eating enough quantity of green vegetables, or we will suffer from teeth decay, or what's called gum bleeding. Here, this is for example, and a case study for one mother feeding her child of 1 year old. And if you will see here, this is the origin of the World Vision Mother Club, that we can see how the starving of 1 year old child. So think about the mother feeling about this. There is no time, but now make some one of them whom are getting starving in all the countries mentioned in previous illustrations I mentioned. Make someone smile. How? What is our contribution? What is our rule? What is our task and assignment to decrease this crisis and to help those people to overcome their problem of starving? If you are going to lend a helping hand, volunteer by soup kitchen. Most of us, I have seen myself, eating his lunch or a big old party, you can see 100 inviting people are throwing the rice, the meat, and maybe vegetable fruits, and there are one child dying, as I mentioned, every 15 minutes. Why? Because you are not volunteering. Hold a canned food drive, make home cook, and give this meal for a homeless man. We have a lot of people maybe have a tent in the streets, or he don't have at all shed, and he is in the sun. Maybe you can provide him one meal per day. Also, if you have a lack of information how to donate and how to volunteer, you can go to this website, www.freerice.com. I'm not recommending everyone to stop to eat meat or poultry. We can eat it, but we can also increase the amount of vegetarian. If you will become a vegetarian and you will reduce and rationalize the cost of the meat and food, we can go to vegetables as an alternative of meat, and the cost will be more healthy to our body. This is the website describing each time the answers of all questions. Maybe someone have raised in his hand and he will ask me, what is the cost of this? It is very simple. If you can measure by weight, it is only 20 ounces of rice through the estimation of the United Nations World Organization program. Save your change for a month and donate it to an organization as it was mentioned under the United Nations World Food Program. You have to do something. If you will see here, in Africa, in the top left side of the slide, people walking for miles to have one bread or small quantity of wheat. Haiti, for example, they have 3 tornadoes or hurricanes. How they are suffering? The people there are starving and walking in the streets. So, in the end of my presentation, I want to emphasize a message and deliver from this that we have to cooperate, we have to do something, because help is always needed, even in small portions. Thank you everybody for your intention and your great audience.
Our second speaker, who will be delivering